still fired up to be a part of the organization. And I took a visit out to Minnesota, and I loved it. I loved Coach Cooper, Coach O'Connell, and everyone involved in the organization. And I was going into the draft. That was exactly where I wanted to end up, and I'm just so excited and can't wait to join the team and make a difference.
Michael, would love to hear you talk about the transition from center to left guard. I mean, after you play center for so many reps, going into that, what was your kind of mindset, and what do you feel like you accomplished and learned about your game from moving positions?
Yeah, definitely. It's a great question. I was, played center for a long time. You're right, and then going into last year, we kind of had somebody who was ready to play, and they were best suited for center. So we thought, maybe it would be good for me to move out to guard, and I was fired up to do it. I thought it was a great opportunity for me to really just learn more about offensive line play and kind of get different perspectives on certain blocks and IDs and stuff like that. And also a great opportunity to show some versatility to teams, which I hope factored in that decision. And yeah, so it was a great transition. Happy I did it.
Michael, how did you kind of approach the draft, after you got the news about the combine and that sort of thing? Like, you know, I imagine you felt like you were going to end up with someone at some point in some way, but did it matter to you whether you were drafted or end up signing as a free agent or whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you always want to be drafted. I think that's a dream for any football player, no matter the age. But really, just through this whole process, I was just trying to control the controllables. There's so much out there that you can't control, and if you just focus on what I can, and then I knew no matter what the result was today, that as long as I had done everything I could, that I'd be happy and thrilled to be where I'm at.
Michael, what was it about the Vikings that stuck out to you so much?
Um, really just the staff. It was the visit. Those visits are a long day. I showed up at 6:15, and by 6:30, I had an EKG hooked up to me, and then didn't leave the facility till 5. So, it was a long day, and you go through 8, 9, 10 meetings, something like that, and just every single one that I went to, the people were interested, they were invested, they clearly done their homework, had great follow-up questions. I just thought I really clicked with the both offensive line coach and assistant offensive line coach, and members of the front office, and yeah, it was really just great all day around.
Michael, was there, you mentioned clicking with coaches. Was that unique compared to the other visits you might have taken, just in terms of the rapport you felt with the guys here?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm coming from a program where I had the same head coach, offensive line coach, offensive coordinator for 6 years, and it's at a school where it's the top level of football, and it's also the top level of academics. So everything is really structured, and the organization is run really well. And I think that's something that's really important to me. And just the way that day was run, right? Like I think there were 9 people there also visiting the day I was there, and it ran like clockwork. Everybody was at meetings at the right time. All the coaches clearly knew who I was and had follow-up questions, and it was clearly just a really well-run organization. And I left it, thinking it would be the kind of place that I want to be and the kind of place where I want to thrive.
Michael, is there a crossover between being an offensive lineman and the educational background? Now you're the second most educated offensive lineman of our day, because we had the Stanford guy earlier. But I'm curious about, just the study that goes into that particular position, how technical it can be, if that's kind of a superpower for you.
Yeah, I think so. And I think also just by nature, offensive line is a developmental position. And I actually know Walter, the other pick, we're from the same area. And so fired up to work with him too. And so being a developmental position, and then so you redshirt and you're at the same school for a long time. And then with this COVID year, we both had, it's just so you get a lot of opportunities to get extra degrees and study, and happy to be done with that and be a full-time football guy now.
We'll see you soon. Thanks so much, Michael.
Yeah, thank you so much. Can't wait to get there.
Thank you.